So we'll start. So I just want to introduce, this is my boyfriend, Joe. He's going to be our person who does all the yoga. So if at any point my direction isn't clear or you just need to see what it looks like, you can look at him. He's going to be doing the whole class with us. So he did this a lot when I was going through my yoga teacher training. So he's pretty used to me teaching him a bunch of random stuff. But again, thank you guys for coming. Teaching yoga is something that I really, really enjoy. It's something that I enjoy practicing myself, and sharing it with you guys just really means a lot. For me, yoga is more than a workout. I know a lot of people think of it as just a workout or a way to relax, but to me, it's more of a spiritual practice. And in my rectangular mat, it's more of a safe space for me to feel emotions, to feel, to process emotions. Because a lot of time at work, it's hard to process the emotions in that moment. So coming back to my mat and just in a safe space, there's no mat, but your mat doesn't care about anything. It doesn't care how you're feeling. It's not going to judge you. So just to have that very open and neutral space for you to feel everything. So if things come up, feel them. If you feel anger, anything, sadness, feel it. Let it come up. Don't try to push it down. Move it through with the poses, with the music. Just let it do its thing. I can't tell you how many times that I've been in the middle of a yoga class and crying. Who knows for what? I don't even know. It just comes out, and it's just such a cleansing practice. So I invite, if any of that comes up, just let it. And if at any point it gets overwhelming, you can just stop. You can stop doing the practice. You can just listen to the music. You can lay down. You can get in child's pose. Any of those things will work. Just remember to take care of yourself. If you feel pain at any point during the practice, during a pose, just don't do that pose. It's fine. You don't have to do every single pose. So yeah, we'll get started. I do have a mix that I will start playing, and then we can start. We're gonna sit, grab your towel or blanket or pillow. I have a pillow here. Joe has a little blanket that he's rolled up, and just enough where you can at the edge of the blanket. So you can cross your legs, and then you want your spine to be up. You want your spine to be straight. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears and then down and back. And you can close your eyes here. If you want to turn your video off, you're more than welcome to turn your video off. This is an extra judgment-free zone because nobody can see you. So turn your video off, do whatever. So for now, sit up really straight. Close your eyes, hands on your lap, or if you want to cradle together. And then just let a breath out. Then take another inhale and let it out again. And then just feel your sit bones, those two little bones, anchor into your pillow, your blanket, your mat, whatever it is you have. Just feel them come all the way down earth and anchor all the way to the center of the earth. You are being supported here. And then feel at the same time the energy of the center of the earth come all the way up through you as a bright white energy. Fills your heart, your lungs, and comes out through your hands, through your fingers, through your arms, and up and out the top of your head. We'll call that energy love today. And again, keep with your breath. Continue to inhale And exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Now you can keep your eyes closed here, or you can start to open them. On your next inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And if you opened your eyes, send your gaze up towards your hands, your palms touch. Take another inhale, exhale, and then bring your hands back down. We'll do that again. Inhale, arms all the way up towards the sky. Gaze up. Exhale, bring your arms back down. Now this time, extend your arms out to the side. Inhale, and then twist to your right. You can place your left hand on your right thigh, your right hand on your low. Inhale, lift your chest. On your exhale, then you can twist a little bit more. The important part here is to lift. You want your spine long and straight. It doesn't matter how far you twist. On your next exhale, come back to center. Extend your arms back out. And then twist to the left. Right hand goes to your left thigh, left hand towards your back. And then again on your inhale, lift up. And your exhale, twist. And then again, remember the important part is the inhale, the lengthening of the chest, the spine. And your exhale, you find you may be able to twist a little bit deeper. And your next exhale, you come back to center. And now you'll come off of your blanket, your pillow, and you'll come to all fours. Go into a cat-cow. If your knees are sensitive, you can take your towel or your blanket and put it under your knees. So for cat-cow, you'll have your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Now neutral spine. On your inhale, you'll lengthen your chest, let your belly hang down. On your exhale, you'll lift your spine, curl your spine like a Halloween cat. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, spine curls. Again, do that 2 more times on your own. You can see Joe's kind of moving the cat-cow around. So if that feels good to you, move to the side as well, shift backwards, whatever feels good, whatever you need to get, whatever needs to come out. All right, your next inhale, come back to center, come back to neutral. And we'll do a little bit of warming up of our abs here. So on an inhale, lengthen your right arm forward and then slide your left foot back. And you can stay here, or if you want, you can lift your left leg up. Just right here, when you lift up, notice if your pelvis wants to tilt forward, and bring that back. Bring your belly button in and up. Hold one more inhale. Exhale, release everything back down. And give it a little shake. And now this time, your left arm goes forward, right leg goes back. You can stay here. Remember, do what feels good to your body. Or you can lift your right leg up. with your toes pointing down. So it's a lot easier to lift your leg up and kind of open the hip. You want the hip to come down, toes pointing down. Again, notice what your pelvis did. Did it tilt forward and bring your belly button up and in? Okay, release. Now shake this one out again. Now walk your hands forward about 3 inches. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. So this first down dog, just walk it out. So move side to side, pedal your feet out. Do any kind of movement that feels good in your body. Now come back to center. So here you want to press weight evenly through your arms. Externally rotate your upper arm so your shoulders aren't all the way up in your ears. And then try to send your pelvis all the way up and back to the top corner of the room. Now walk your feet up to your hands. Once you get there, keep your feet spread, hips width apart or wider. Grab opposite elbows and then sway side to side. Bend your knees a lot here. Be gentle on your low back. Now switch the interlace of your hands to the side that feels weird. And then sway side to side on that one as well. And then release. And start to walk your feet together. So heel toe your feet to where they're together. Bend your knees a lot here too. And then we'll come all the way up, standing straight up for mountain pose. All right, so let's just take a minute to feel out our feet and the way our body is. So your feet, lift your toes and you feel like you're on the balls of your feet and your heel. That weight, you can kind of shift your weight around to feel where it's even. That's your stability. Drop your toes back down. And then you're walking up your legs, you engage your thighs. So you lift your kneecaps up towards your hips. Now, if you tend to, if you hyperextend, put a little tiny bend in your knees. And then you'll notice you may tilt your pelvis forward, or you may tilt your pelvis too far back. So you want that to be neutral. So as you're lifting your pubic bone up, your tailbone goes down. So your frontal hip points, so these two bones right here are pointing straight forward. And you're gonna lift your chest. Keep your bottom ribs kind of squeezing in as your shoulder blades kind of squeeze in together. And then feel that same energy you felt coming up from the center of the earth, that white light, all the way up to your head and up and out. And feel how that feels to feel so tall and take up space, take up energy. On an inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. Gaze towards your hands. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees. Place your hands on the sides of your shins, and then lengthen your spine forward so you have a straight spine. Exhale, fold down. Plant your hands to the mat. Step your right foot back, your left foot back. And then you're gonna slowly come down all the way to the mat, all the way to the ground, all the way. At this point, if you have a mat or the blanket or the towel under, you can move it. But if it doesn't really bother you, you can keep it there. Now here, your hands are by your ribs. Lift your chest up, gaze maybe an inch or two in front of your mat. This is cobra pose. Exhale, release. Curl your toes under. You can either come straight up into a high push-up or use your knees. I like to use my knees to come all the way up, and then hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, exhale. All right, next inhale, lift your heels up towards the sky, bend your knees a lot, and then step forward. Right foot, left foot, walk forward. So you're at the front of your mat. Hands go to the sides of your shins. Lengthen strong, straight back. Exhale, fold down. Another inhale, strong, straight back. Exhale, fold down. Plant your hands. Step back. Right foot, left foot. All the way down to inhale, cobra. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And lift your heels, bend your knees, step or walk to the front of your mat. Hands to the sides of your shin, lift up strong back. Exhale, fold down. Reach all the way up, keep your knees bent, arms all the way up to the sky, up to the sky. Straight, 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 standing, standing. Hands touch, and then bring them back down through center. Inhale, arms up. Hands go to prayer, bring them all the way down through center and keep going all the way down. Fold all the way down. Inhale, hands to shins, straight back. Exhale, plant your hands down on the mat, step back. Drop down all the way down to your mat. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now inhale, exhale, everything out of your mouth. One more inhale. Exhale, everything out your mouth. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open up your hip. You can make circles here with your knee, make circles with your ankle. Just loosen up that hip joint. Now straighten your leg and come through, step your right foot forward by your right hand. Drop your back knee down. So the towel might come handy here if you have sensitive knees. Bring your hands up to your thigh. And then just notice the opening of your left hip. Your left front hip, you'll feel a stretch there. I especially notice it when I've been sitting a lot. This feels really good. Now lift your arms up to the sky. Gaze towards your arms. And exhale, plant your palms down on either side of your foot. Step your foot back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Now lift your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. Make circles with your left hip this time. Make circles with your ankle. Get some of the joints in your lower leg moving. Now straighten your left leg up. Step it forward by your left arm. Place your your right knee down, hands to your thigh. And now feel the opening of your right thigh, your right hip. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, plant your hands down and step your, lift your back leg and step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, step or walk to the front of your mat. Hands to the sides of your shin, long, straight back. Exhale, fold down. Now here, keep your knees bent. Shift the weight into your heels and come up into a chair pose. So here you lift your toes up and that helps shift the weight back. Your knees, you should be able to see your toes. Your knees should be far enough back where you can see your toes. Set your toes down. And then you're gonna squeeze your legs enough, like you have a piece of paper between your legs and you're trying not to smush the paper, but you also don't want to drop it. Exhale, stand all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Shake it, shake it, shake it. The top of your mat, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, long, straight back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. You can go straight to downward facing dog, or you can do a vinyasa, which is Joe's demonstrating here, dropping all the way down, and then upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to turn the music off because it seems like it keeps cutting out, and I think it's more distracting than helping. But I will send this mix so we can, so you guys can listen to it and practice if you'd like. Okay, inhale, exhale here, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Now bring it to center. Curl your spine, yeah, a little bit more ab action. And step it through onto by your right front hand. Now this time we're gonna keep our back leg lifted. Bring your hands to your thigh. And you'll notice you'll get a little bit more opening in that, in the front of the left hip. And here you can stay here, or you can lift your arms up, send your gaze up towards your hands. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down. Step your right foot back. You can, again, do straight to downward facing dog, or you can do your vinyasa where you do chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Now bend your knee, curl up, knee to nose, curl your spine, hold it. Now step it through. Left leg by your left hand. Keep your back leg lifted this time, and then start to come up, hands to your thigh or hands up to the sky, whatever you feel is best. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Take another deep breath here. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or walk forward. Hands to your shin, long, straight back. Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me? All right. So your front leg is facing forward. Your back leg is straight. Your arms are straight. And your gaze is towards your front middle finger. Flip your front palm, reverse. So reach back. Try to avoid the urge to straighten your front leg. Then bring it back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. All right, now we're gonna wanna bend into that front leg again. And this time you're gonna reach your front hand forward and then place it on your knee. Your left arm for side angle. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. And then cartwheel your hands down. Downward facing dog. Now let's do the other side. It's gotta be even. Lift your left leg up, bring it through all the way towards your left hand. And then we'll spin your back leg down, your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Front leg is bent, your toes are pointed forward, your knee is above your ankle, and your knee is aligned with your second toe. Arms come out straight, your gaze is towards your front middle finger. Now drop your shoulders from your ears. Use your legs, engage your legs. You have a lot of strong muscles in your legs. Use those to hold you up. Flip your front palm, reach back. Keep that bend in your front leg. Come back, warrior two. Now extend your front leg. Give your front leg that little extension it's been asking you to give it. Now bend right back into that front leg. Reach your hand forward and then set your elbow to your knee. Right hand goes up to the sky. And again, use your legs, come back. Flip your front palm, reverse. Warrior two, cartwheel your hands all the way down, set them on the mat. And then come down to a child's pose. So your big toes touch, your knees spread all the way to either side of your mat. And then just let your body fold over your legs. Arms are extended out. Child's pose can be a resting pose. So take a minute if your heart's beating pretty fast here, just take a minute, take some deep breaths, let it slow down. If you're wondering why you signed up for this class right now, that's normal. It'll be worth it in the end, I promise you. All right, let's come back up into a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Sweep it through. Right foot and up. Need it at all. Step your back foot forward about a foot or two. And then your toes, if they're at an angle, they're going to be a little bit more forward at this point. So I don't know if you can see Joe's foot back here. His toes are pointed more towards the top of the mat versus the corner of the mat. Perfect. All right, so here, interlace your hands behind your back. Lift your chest up towards the sky, and then you'll hinge at your hips. hinge forward. And again, here, you want to push through the ball of your right foot. And if you do tend to hyperextend a little bit, put a mini bend, that's a little too much, a little tiny bend in your front knee. Release your hands. All right, and bend into your front knee. You can come back up. Just bending into the knee makes it a little safer. All right, now we're gonna do the opposite side. So step your left foot forward and then step your right foot back. So again, your right toes are gonna be pointed more towards the top of your mat versus the angle. So they'll be more straightforward. Step your back foot in so your stance is gonna be short warrior. Now this time, you can do either grab opposite elbows or interlace your hands, whatever feels better for you. And then inhale, reach your chest up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips forward. And again, press through the ball of your left foot. And then if you tend to hyperextend, put a little bend in your knee just to keep you in your muscles. Release your hands, bend your knee, and then come all the way back up. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Gaze towards your arms. Bring your hands down to your chest. Exhale. All right, we're gonna do airplane pose here. So you'll stand firmly on your, actually no, I don't wanna do airplane yet. I wanna do tree. So stand firmly on your left foot, and then you'll lift your right foot up. It can kickstand at your ankle, or it can come up to your calf. If you want, you can always grab your leg and bring it all the way up to your thigh. It doesn't matter how high you get your leg. You don't get extra points for that. The only thing you want to avoid is putting your foot on your knee. You don't want to injure your knee. So you either go up or down, but not on your knee. Now hands come to prayer at your chest. You can stay here. If your tree is swaying, that's okay. That's how we build strength, by standing strong in the face of adversity, in the wind, since we're talking about trees. If you want, you can extend your tree branches up towards the sky. If your tree is super strong right now, you can send your gaze up towards the sky. If your tree falls, that's okay, just bring it back up. All right, bring your hands back to your heart center. Release your foot, and then just shake your legs. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, now we gotta try the other side. So stand firm on your right foot. The way we did the mountain pose at the beginning of class, where you engage every muscle in your leg, your kneecap comes up towards your hip, and then you'll do the same thing. So you can kickstand your foot to your ankle. You can lift it up towards the calf. You can grab it and bring it all the way up to your thigh. And again, it doesn't matter where you go, and just notice the difference between each side. Each side is different, and each side will behave differently. So once you have your feet set, again, press into the earth, and then bring your hands to your heart center. And if you're rocking the heart center, you can extend your branches up towards the sky. Remember, swaying is okay. If you fall out of your tree, just come right back. Bring your hands back to your heart center. And you can release your left leg and shake it out again. Okay, now we're going to do airplane pose. So airplane is a similar concept. So you're gonna place your left foot down, make it strong. You'll lift your right knee up, and then you're gonna press it back, like you're pressing something out of your way. You can keep your hands at your heart center if this is okay, or you can spread your wings back like an airplane. And again, if you can, point your toes down towards the ground. Again, these are all suggestions, so do what feels best in your body. And then from this airplane, start to bring your leg down until it reaches the ground. So again, you're gonna be like you were in your warrior stance. So a little, maybe like 3 feet between your front leg's pointing forward, and your back leg, which is your right leg, is pointing at a 45-degree angle. So this one, your left leg is straight, and then you're gonna reach your, left arm forward. Now you're gonna go forward, 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 like someone's pulling it. Your hips go back. And when you cannot reach any more further up, just lightly set your hand on your left shin. Your right arm goes up to the sky, triangle. Now again here, if you tend to hyperextend, I'm a hyperextender, put a little bend in your knee. And then bend your knee a lot, come all the way up. And then step your back leg forward. If you want to shake that one out too, you can shake that one out. All right, let's do airplane on the other side. So right side, right leg is strong. Lift your left leg up, your knee up, and then press it back like you're pushing something away. And you can be at your heart center. They can stay here, or they can open up. And then notice here, I just noticed it in me. My abs weren't engaged at all. I was kind of tilting everything forward. So bring your belly button up and in. We'll get a little ab workout while we're here. And then start to set your left leg back. My hip popped. And again, look at your feet. So right toes are pointing forward, right leg is straight. Left toes are pointing at a 45-degree angle. They are also straight. You're gonna reach your right arm forward, forward. Reach the furthest thing from your grasp right now. When you can no longer reach anymore, just lightly set your right hand to your shin. Now again, you wanna create space on your right side. So more so than twisting here, you want length. And then once you have that length, and your arm probably crawled up your leg, that's okay. Once you have that length, then you can rotate your right ribs up towards the sky. Do one more inhale here. Exhale, bend your knee, release your arms, come up, step forward, and shake it out again. Well, let's do a cleansing vinyasa here. So inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend down, set your hands down, and then come straight back into a downward facing dog, actually. Inhale, exhale here. Now come forward into a high push-up, and then come all the way down, 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 onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, place your right ear to the mat. Extend your hands back behind you. But don't get too cozy here. We're not done. Flip your head so your left ear is on the mat. Take a couple breaths here. Interlace your hands behind your back. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can always grab a towel or the blanket and use that to create a little more space. Now for this one, you're going to press your feet into the mat. So the tops of your feet are going to go into the mat, and then you're going to use your back muscles, particularly these up here front, to lift you up. So you're going to come up a little bit. This is locust. Release. One more inhale. Come up, locust. Exhale, release. And then flip onto your back. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just make it onto your back. And we're gonna do a bridge pose. So bend your knees to where your feet are hips width apart. Then bring your heels back to where you reach them with one press into your feet. So your feet are strong, your legs are strong. Start to lift your hips up. Interlace your hands underneath your back, and then shimmy your shoulders to where you're on the muscly part of your shoulders and not the bones. Keep your neck straight, either looking up or if you want to close your eyes. Just avoid turning your neck when you're in this position. And exhale, release everything all the way down. Come all the way down. One more. Lift your hips. Interlace. And then press into your feet. The more you press into your feet, it gives you the leverage to lift your hips. Shimmy your shoulders underneath. Hold it, hold it. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Come all the way down. Now put your feet to the edges of your mat and let your knees fall together. Place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart. Just feel your heartbeat. Notice, is it fast? Is it not so fast? Neither is good or bad. It just is what it is. All right, bring your knees, your legs back to neutral. So you lift your right leg up to the sky, bend your knee, and then put your right ankle onto your left thigh. Keep your foot flexed. So your toes are gonna go towards your knee. That helps protect your knee. And then you can stay here. You should feel an opening in the back of your right, like your right hip, right butt area. You can stay here, or you can reach between your legs, grab your left thigh. That gives you a little more resistance. Again, the entire time, keep your foot flexed, protecting your knee. And then notice your breath. Notice, what is it doing? What is it not doing? There's no judgment. Just notice it. What is it doing? All right, release your legs. Bring your foot back down. Now we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So lift your left leg up to the sky, bend your knee, and bring your left ankle across to your right thigh. You can keep your foot flexed to protect your knee. You can stay here. If you're pretty close to reaching, if you want to reach through and grab the back of your right thigh, if you're pretty close to reaching but you can't quite get it there, you can always use a towel, a blanket, anything to assist you to get there. Now notice your mind. Is your mind on something else? Something that is not the sensation of your left hip. If it is, without judgment, just say, oh, we're over here, mind. We're over here. We're feeling our hip, mind. Come back. And then release everything. And then now we're going to go into a Shavasana, which is our final resting pose. So for this, you'll lay down on your back. You'll extend your feet out. Take up some space here. I know a lot of times we try to stay in our space and not get in each other's way, but here we are in our own house. So take up space. Let your legs go. Let your feet completely relax to the side. Your palms, let your arms relax too, palms facing up. Extend your arms out a little bit. Let them go off your mat. I hear scrunch your face, like scrunch your eyebrows, your nose, your mouth. And then release it. Now tighten your toes, your feet, and then release those. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your legs, and release. Squeeze your butt, release. Engage your abs, release. Squeeze your hands, make fists, engage your arms, and release. And then one more time, scrunch your face, make faces, and then release. And then again, like at the beginning, where the earth was supporting us when we were sitting, let the earth support you now lying in this resting pose. Release any thoughts that you're having. Let your breath be natural. Soften the little spot between your eyebrows. Soften your jaw. Let your tongue relax. Yes, you are doing this right. Now start to take deeper breaths. You start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, your nose. Start to make little movements with your body. Bend your knees up towards your chest. And give yourself a big hug. just a hug of gratitude that you made it onto your mat today, that maybe if you hadn't tried yoga, that you tried yoga, you tried something new. And then using your right arm as a pillow, roll onto your right side. And then let your body enjoy this moment. So Shavasana is known as like a rebirth. So here we roll into the fetal position so we can start over. Whatever it is, just start over. What happened before doesn't matter because we're starting new. Push yourself up to seated with your hands. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart. And I'll share with you one of my favorite mantras. It's Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. What that means is, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. With that, I thank you for coming. Thank you for being a part of this community. Namaste.
Yay, thank you, Alina. Thank you, Alina. That was great.
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Put mine back on.
Love it. I was like, crack, crack, crack.
That was so sweet, your mantra.
Love that.
Thank you. It's a fave.
You. Thank you so much, Joe, for being our guide.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Thank you guys so much. That was great.
Thank you all.
You guys want to go back on the video or unmute yourself?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I hope that was great for all of you guys. I know the wellness has been fun for us, to take time for ourselves, even though we've been here at home sometimes for some of us. It's great to kind of take a moment for yourself, and I'm just glad we're doing it as a community together. So thank you guys so much for coming through. Paulina and Joe, thank you so much. And of course, just to wrap it up, we do have wellness sessions every single Thursday at 6 p.m. for the rest of July. We have food and nutrition with Juliet Mendoza, who does Jill's House. She's going to be talking about a great ways, tips and tricks about just how to have a better daily kind of thing about in terms of your food, nutrition, and things like that, and also just kind of the DJ life and staying up late and stuff like that. So we'll be talking about that, which just leads us straight to Mental Health by my girl Marina on July 16th. After that, we're going to do another yoga session by Rightos, and then to end July, we have Mastering Your Mindset with our coach, which is the Ladies of Sound personal coach, Camille Soler. So she's going to be talking to us, and you guys are definitely welcome to come through to all of them. And then also, just so you guys know, next Tuesday and the Tuesday after that, we have Spin Your Rita and then Chronica for community chats. So thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, great weekend with family, or, well, I guess some of you can't see family, but thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Thanks, Paulina. Bye, guys.
Bye. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.